Hey skippers, welcome aboard this special edition of the All-American made sailboat Pocket Cruiser Countdown. I'm your host Mitch, and today we're going to journey through the list of the best pocket cruisers between 16 all the way to 23 foot. This is the heavy duty edition. Each one of these boats has earned a place in my heart. Maybe not so much for being trailerable, but for being tough. But a great boat is nothing unless it's available, so my list is a collection of small sailboats that I can easily find for sale in my country. Well, you know, Texas. So whether you're the seasoned sailor,
some sort of an aficionado,
or you're new at this and just planning your future, you know, we're all burning daylight. There's a boat for everyone in this countdown. So just kick back and relax. I got this, and let's go sailing. So without further hesitation, let me take you all the way back to the year 1978. Opening the countdown and coming in the 23 spot with no surprise, the Compact 23. I researched this little boat for years before choosing it as my own. Here's a quick rundown of what I really love about this boat. First of all, I love its size. At 23 foot, I'm just real comfortable with that size sailboat around the dock when I go out alone. Next thing I was looking for in my next sailboat was shallow draft. I live down here on the Gulf Coast, and all the water is very shallow. If it's 10 foot, that's pretty deep. Of course, it's really deep in the channels around here, but most of the time it's a little skinny. And I like getting back into places nobody else can go. And with this 2 1/4 foot draft and a kick-up rudder, I can do it. I also wanted an extremely simple boat. No inboard motor, no swing keel, a transom hung rudder, and no through hulls. An important thing for me to find was a boat with an encapsulated keel. No keel bolts to worry about. Facebook Marketplace has been a great place to find boats. This 2,900 pound sailboat has a monster of a keel weighing 1,340 pounds of encapsulated concrete,
and who knows what else they might have thrown in there,
giving this big little 23 footer a ballast to displacement number of 46.21. Nearly half of this boat's weight is in ballast. You take all these ideas and you construct it with a solid hand-laid fiberglass hull and a deck that's cored with a synthetic material that will never rot. How do you beat it? Be sure to check out my previous videos to see how the Ben Miller Boatworks company transformed this boat. And if you dig it, go ahead and hit the like button for me and subscribe. You should join this fleet and stick around and see where it goes. Now moving on to number 22. It's a timeless beauty from the year 1981. It's the enchanting Cape Dory 22. Heavy construction and a comfortable ride. It's definitely going to be a win over trailerability and ease of launch. And if you've ever sailed a Cape Dory or any sailboat with a full keel, you'll understand the difference. So sailboats with anything but a full keel will have a flattened out section forward of the fin keel, modified fin keel, swing keel box, whatever you have. And that flat section is where you get the pounding in the waves. But with the full keel boat like the Cape Dory 22, the keel just knifes through the water. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time telling you what a great boat Cape Dories are. It's a Cape Dory. If you don't know that already, you might want to get up to speed.
let me help you. They're beautiful, charming, and classic, very comfortable and dependable. I see them as being elegant, they're enduring, graceful, and handsome. They carry a heritage and they're iconic, very nautical, known for being reliable and robust and seaworthy, solid and sturdy, just timeless, traditional, and trustworthy. Very well crafted.
Run out and get yourself one today. Oh, wait, what do I see here? Ease up, belay that, hold fast, heave to, and check this out. Well, it looks like somebody at Cape Dory had the grand idea of turning the Cape Dory 22 into the Typhoon Senior and giving it an outboard motor well.
It's in the hole! It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
You know I love my Compact 23, but Could this be my next boat? And now making its first appearance on my top 10 list, and in the 21-foot spot, which seems to be an odd length for sailboat manufacturers, and there's not a lot of boats out there. But I think I found the right sloop to sail right into that 21 spot. First built back in the year 1986. It's the Precision 21. This is a boat I'm not real familiar with. It's been mentioned several times in my comments section, so let's find out the story behind this boat. Precision Boatworks is a Florida-based company started by the Porter brothers in 1978. Many of their sailboats were designed by the naval architect Jim Taylor. Yeah, Jim Taylor's a busy guy. For over the last 40 years, he's designed 140 boats, range from everything from traditional to small, mid-sized cruisers, racers, even America's Cup boats. 13 foot to 78 foot and everything in between. So rest assured, if you buy a Precision sailboat and it's got Jim Taylor's name on it, it's gonna be good. That's a Jim Taylor guarantee. These boats are known to be well designed and the construction quality is well above average. Let's run through some numbers on the 21. This boat has a displacement of 1,875 pounds, 600 pounds of which is ballast. It's a fairly wide 21 footer with an 8¼ foot beam. Its stub keel allows it to have a draft of only 1.75 feet, and with its airfoil centerboard down, it draws 4.67 feet. Down below, I'm jealous of the cabin layout, and it offers 50 inches of headroom. After producing 5,000 sailboats, the Porter brothers decided to retire in 2018, but they didn't leave you hanging. They still produce parts for their sailboats. And now, sailing into number 20 in our countdown, it's the sailboat that anyone who's ever dreamt of sailing over Niagara Falls would want to be in. It's Pacific Seacraft's Flicka 20. The design for the Flicka was originally pulled from old wooden Newport sailboats. They were rugged knockabout sloops with character. They were first built by North Star Fiberglass Yachts from 1975 to 1977, and you could get them partially built or completely professionally finished by Westerly Marine. Could this be my next sailboat? I don't know. I've been saying that for like 20 years. And the next sailboat up, holding steady at the 19-foot spot
On Her Majesty's service
is the West Wright Potter, making its debut in 1971. This all-American made sailboat was designed in England by Herb Stewart. Herb's philosophy on sailing was to adhere to the principles of parsimony. In other words, keep it simple, stupid. These are words to live by. And the West Wright Potter does just that. This boat puts function over fashion, but I still think it's a good-looking little boat. It takes a lot of thought and careful planning to make a very small boat's design work. But I think they did it. Yeah, I'd say they did it. This little boat has 60 inches of headroom. Who does that? Alright, we started at number 23, and we've worked our way down to number 18. This little number is completely new to me. It's time to rewind to the year 1993. It's known as the Seaward Fox 18. Check it out. This super interesting little 18-foot sailboat was designed by a guy named Nick Hake, and he first built it in 1993. It was built by his own company, Hake Yachts. This very beamy 1,300-pound boat is kept upright with the help of 450 pounds of ballast. That's 34.62%. Reaches its hull speed of 5.16 knots with the help of 170 square feet of canvas. And it has a maximum draft of 1.58 feet and an air draft of 25 feet. Yeah, I just happened to run across this boat. Super interesting, really cool. The waves get bigger as the boats get smaller, and rafting up to our final boat on our list, and in the number 17 spot is the Montgomery 17. The Montgomery line of sailboats has to be the most recognizable. They began building the Montgomery 17 in 1973. The Montgomery line of boats is the epitome of traditional looks as far as a fiberglass boat can go. With its lap-straight, clicker-built looking hull, if you want to get to know a boat, you have to get to know who dreamt it up. Lyle C. Hess was born in California in 1912. He started in powerboats in the 30s, but he's well known for his beautiful designs of the Bristol Channel Cutter and its smaller sister ship, the Falmouth 22. He also designed the North Sea 27, which is really an amazing boat, incredibly heavy but fast. So this boat has a real heritage and a very loyal following. Have you ever seen a deck option on a sailboat? You could get the Montgomery 17 as a day sailor, and it came with a flush deck. And now, for the final boat on our list, taking the number 16 spot, the Compact 16. Boat builder Les Hutchins' grand idea was to put a big boat in a small package. Hutch hired yacht designer Clark Mills, and what he came up with was nothing short of a nautical engineering marvel, both timeless and functional. Her 16-foot-long hull has a 6-foot beam and displaces 1,100 pounds of water as she dips her 450-pound modified high-lift fin keel 1.5 feet down into the deep. I've owned a Compact 16. I had the Mark I, and I was trying to think back about my experience with the boat. I remember how stable it was, and I had it out in some pretty rough conditions, and what I did remember is that my boat didn't particularly point very high, and it got me thinking. I was wondering, there's ratings for every other criteria on a sailboat, and I was wondering if there was any rating for the pointing ability. Sure enough, there's a rating called the pointing angle or the pointing ability rating. It expresses in degrees off the wind how high a boat can point. So if a boat has a pointing ability rating of 40, that means it can point 40 degrees off the wind. Of course, this number can vary with crew experience, wind conditions and sea conditions, any modifications made to the boat. As we lower the anchor on our countdown of the best pocket cruisers between 16 and 23 foot, just remember, there is no limit to those who have the spirit for adventure. So hoist those sails and chart your course, but also remember to sometimes let the wind just carry you where it may. And let's not forget who's in charge. Keep an eye on the weather and a hand on the helm. See you next time.